180,000 the week before. Economists, first time people that have gone into the unemployment office, it's a hard and fast number, correct?
Yes, it means that people are struggling looking for work. I mean, it's not a great sign. If you look at a 4-week moving average, you're pushing back up in the wrong direction. You want that number to be coming down, and had been coming down for the better part of a year and a half now, but now moving back up a little bit, not good. And on the heels of some really good earnings coming out, corporate earnings look like they're getting stronger. You'd like to see companies doing well, making money, and hiring people.
Yeah, but so new jobs created, that number a couple of weeks ago was down, and maybe that has something to do with this.
The unemployment rate, they come out with the number of new jobs created, 120,000 or so. That number should be bigger. You're right. It should be 200,000 on a monthly basis just to keep up with the population growth, people coming into the country.
Eric, wasn't the number of people who simply threw up their hands and gave up last time a large number?
That, Steve, you're touching on something that's so important. The Bureau of Labor Statistics that puts out the unemployment rate every month, they have a lot of leeway in that number. People leaving the workforce. Millions of people have left the workforce over the last 3 years, which means it actually puts the unemployment rate lower than it could be. So if you bring all the people back in from President Obama's first month in office, if you bring those people back into accounting into the accounting, we would be pushing 10% unemployment, not 8.2% unemployment. So it's kind of a funny number. You know, conspiracy theorists, I honestly think that it's becoming a partisan department within the administration, and it really shouldn't be.
President, look at where we've been since December of 2007. Back then, we saw a low of 317,000 weekly claims. That's much more in the ballpark where you want to be for generating jobs. They peaked at an ugly number of 659,000. That was in early 2009, and you can see the downward trend, which is a good sign to see, of course, to where we are today. And you can see that little recent uptick at the very end of that chart, which is what has a lot of folks concerned.
A bad number. It's very disappointing. It paints a picture of real weakness in the employment situation and in the overall economic picture. Just a few days ago, we learned that the rate of job creation was just cut in half. And now we've got these very disappointing numbers where we see an uptrend recently in the number of people claiming unemployment benefits. Look, we're 3 years into the recovery, so to speak. At this point, we should be seeing maybe 300,000 people a week claiming unemployment benefits, maybe less. That's where we should be. Instead, we're at 386,000, and the number of claims is rising, not where we want to be. Overall, Martha, it suggests that now for 3 years in a row, hopes of a robust recovery are fading all over again.
22.8 million people are either unemployed or underemployed. The average duration of that unemployment nearly 10 months long. 42.5% of jobless Americans have been out of work for 6 months or more.